Monday, June 8th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, it looks like we have some additions to the agenda. Under consent calendar, we have additional bills for approval. Under community organizations, we have Dave Fisher with Grandpa's Run for the Walleye. Under mayor and council members report, we have Pat Necco and myself on freedom flags, and then we have a memo from myself regarding the iPads from 2018. Under commission reports, we have a citywide trail improvement plan feasibility report, and we're scratching recommendation to deny changing the current ordinance, cannabis ordinance under public safety. Is there any questions, comments, or concerns from council?
I move to approve the changes to the agenda.
There's a motion by Sandy. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second by Bob. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, those in favor of the addition signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Public forum. Action may or may not be taken on any issues raised. If council requires more information or time for consideration, the issues will be placed on the agenda of the next regular council meeting. Speakers must state their name and address. At the discretion of the mayor, each speaker is given a 3-minute time limit. Is there anybody for public forum? Anybody for public forum? Moving on to the consent calendar. All items listed here are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be acted on by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a citizen or council member so requests. Does any council member have any questions, comments, or concerns about the consent calendar?
I do have a correction.
A correction on?
Charlie 1, it's our first item.
Okay.
Page 5, on M, as in Mary.
Okay.
The motion was made by Robin Sylvester and seconded by Sandy Farter.
Okay.
Amy Knapp.
Perfect. There's a, is that a motion to correct that?
Correct.
There's a motion to correct the names. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second to correct the names on C1. Any comments, concerns from council members? Those in favor of the name change and correction signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Correction. Is there any more question, comments, or concerns about the consent calendar? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Moved.
There's a motion by Robin. There's a second by Bob. Any comments from council? Seeing none, those in favor of approving the consent calendar signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Consent calendar is approved. D, community organizations, Cross Lake Oktoberfest. Why don't you come on up, Mr. Anderson? You have the mic.
Thank you. Hi, my name is David Anderson, 36077 Bonnie Lakes Road, Cross Lake, Minnesota. I've been a resident here the last 6 years. Over the last 40 years, I've been involved with various properties over the last 40 years or thereabouts. So anyways, I went to a number of the restaurants in town and proposed Oktoberfest for this year. With working with Chamber of Commerce and a number of other organizations. Cindy actually said, I don't think you'd probably be able to do it till 2027. I said, you just wait and see what we're going to do. So anyways, we're here. I'm here to talk about it. I'm wanting to apply for a permit. I've got the permit request. I've got the approval from the property owner, Aaron Colling, here with me. I've got the request for the permit. I have formed an LCC under Cross Lake Oktoberfest LCC with the state of Minnesota. I have all the flyers and support so far, but I can give you a little bit of indication. But here's the flyers that has been created, for each one of the various restaurants. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
There you go. TJ will fire it up.
Right. Okay. The various activities, obviously, it's beer, music. I do have the dweebs that are going to be playing. They're going to be coming in. They're very similar. I don't know if everyone knows the dweebs, but they're very similar to Hairball. Very high energy. It's a family organization. They've got first generation, second generation. Because it's MEA weekend I'm looking at, they're actually bringing in the third generation of kids, their grandkids, to be able to perform. High energy. It's MEA weekend. It's very, very family orientated. You know, just the venue is going to be at the Exchange lot, and you know, Aaron's been interested and said, yeah, he's interested, in bringing it forward. But some of the activities that we're going to be doing.
There we go.
So your Steinoff, contest as far as strength endurance. There's going to be prize levels for that, $250 for the strongest guy, $250 for the strongest gal. I've distributed that to the Weight Center south of town and also the community center flyers that they have. Sausage Fest. Sausage Fest, each one of the 15 restaurants are going to be, rather than Chili Fest, they're going to be serving various sausages and various hors d'oeuvres along with that. Your dress contest in German, it's $1,500. I mean, I want everyone to dress up and really be able to come, prepared as far as your lederhosen, et cetera. There's $1,500. It's divided between males, females, and kids appropriately as far as, gold, silver, bronze. Wienerfest, I actually have the vet. I wasn't sure about that, but the vet has approved it, and they're going to be sponsoring that. I will have a racetrack set up, or a runway set up with straw that I will be bringing in. So it'll be controlled. So wiener dogs can't jump much. So it's going to be 18 inches high.
Sandy has one. We can
Yes.
put some
Okay.
money on.
Yeah.
How high do they jump?
We'll put money on Milo.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
So I could even lower it even
Yeah.
more. But anyways, we'll have wiener dog race, best dress wiener dog, fastest wiener dog will be all time trial, but that's $250 there. Hammerschlagen, pizza or pretzel toss with plunger, with pretzels, and then also the which is not up there, it should be, the Stone family are actually going to be doing your simulator, your putt-putt, and your golf course doing
wow.
contests that are there. Yodeling contests, bingo, which we do have the hockey program, Great Northern Lakes, with their permits or whatever, they will be doing bingo. But there's just a fulfilled, weekend. Friday night the band will play throughout the day. We'll start early. I've got the whole agenda, but the whole morning we'll start out with bingo, letting people that want to do bingo. Throughout the day, the various activities that will be. Saturday will be more of a matinee with music. So that will be like a 3 to 5, 3 to 6, period for music. I do have a DJ for fill-in between. So there's no downtime as far as music. I've actually contacted the Pequot music program director and asked him to bring stage band. See, his kids, it's a community event, so bring a stage band here. So he was all over and said, yes, I'll carve out an hour or whatever on Friday and Saturday. That's still to be determined, but make it a complete community event. So looking for the permit. What else do I have here? Catering-wise, Dawn from Marciera will be, having her catering license to be able to serve food and beer. I do have Burdick's coming in versus Coors. So they have stepped up and really want to get, come into this market. So we're going to have a Leinenkugel beer versus Coors, which is a better overall German festivity in that. So what else? Mug sales. So part of the program will be offering, each one of the restaurants currently have or will shortly have mugs that they'll be selling for $20. There's profit there. That's going to go direct to the bottom line. I land is a little over $10. So you buy for $20. Some of the restaurants may give $1 off for the first beer or whatever. They'll work that out. But there'll be mug sales. I've anticipated selling about 1,000 of these mugs to help offset the cost. My budget's, I'm hoping under 30, but it's probably 27 in that range. And I said originally when I put this together, I said, if I need to pay $5,000 out of my own pocket, I think our market needs it. It's that bridge between, your Cross Lake days, which is 3 weeks later, And it's October. It's for business-wise, it has the community, the various restaurants, having that bridge before it really gets, into the holiday season, so.
Well, you've worked very, very hard on this. I know we've had numerous conversations, and I'm just not shocked, but just amazed at how quickly it took off.
I have one important question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can city council members enter their own wiener dogs into the?
Absolutely.
Okay, just want to clarify
Yes.
that.
There you go. Shar, where are we at? I know we had a conversation about the permit deal. Where are we at on that? We're issuing that now, or what, or is that next month, or when are we thinking on doing that?
I have not seen the permit yet.
Okay, do you have the
I
permit?
have not received.
I do.
Okay.
I
So,
do.
do you
Oh.
need,
Wait a second. There's one more. You gotta see this.
I
okay.
think there's
Yeah.
plenty of time to.
This is the look.
I was gonna say.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Okay. I mean, it's really for the community, and I'm not looking at doing anything so-so. So this is, obviously, I'm trying to get as close to this, but this is, what
Wow.
I'm envisioning at this point, so.
Knowing you, nothing is so-so.
Are you German?
Jawohl, yeah.
Go ahead, Robin.
Has safety and security seen this yet? I don't think so. No? Okay.
I think we're gonna,
Yeah.
we still have to submit the permit. It'll probably come, what, full circle next month, or how do you wanna handle this? Okay, awesome. Thank you for the promo, and we're really excited to see it. You won't get the permit tonight, but it'll probably kind of do a full circle from city staff over to public safety and then back to council.
So just, it kicks, the art center here will definitely be doing cutouts for various photo shoots, throughout. There'll be more kids orientated. The photos there are my granddaughter and son in the Delano event. They did win, by the way, so. It wasn't my program, so.
Love it. Awesome. Well, thank you. We're looking forward to it, and come back next month again, and it'll hopefully come full circle.
All right,
Oh,
thank you.
fantastic.
So, thank you.
Thanks all.
Great
Yep.
job. All right, Cindy, fireworks display on July 4th from the Chamber of Commerce.
So you have the permit and the sketching from the RES Pyrotechnics in front of you, I'm assuming. But yeah, the fireworks will go off July the 4th at 10 PM on Sand Island. I've worked with TJ to have the Robert Street launch closed at noon or a little after that on Friday with barricades. We just can't, and the pyrotechnics they arrive Saturday, but we can't have a boat or a lift or a launch, a trailer park there. They'll have a restroom there for the pyrotechnics. Dan Rosen, a local gentleman who toted the barges last year, will do it again. Lake Days Marine has stored them all year, put them together. They had to do some repairs on them. So Dan will haul them over to the Robert Street launch where they will load them up. And then Dan will haul them out to the island and they will shoot the show. And then Dan will haul them back to Robert Street launch where the pyrotechnics will unload all the racks, and then Lake Days Marine will get those back on Sunday morning.
Perfect.
Thank you for your donation, the city's contribution of $15,000. We are in the process of raising the $8,500 to cover the balance of the show. We're going a little heavier this year on the show. It's $23,500 altogether.
It'll be good.
I love that you're doing the deal at Reed's where people can round up.
Reed's Market is doing a
can round
roundup campaign, and also Grand Champion Meats is doing a campaign where there's a tip line on the bottom of their sales ticket. If you put a dollar amount in there, that will all go toward the fireworks as well.
Yep, great.
Yep, and the show is going to be simulcast again on Skeeter 101.5, so if you're out in the lake watching the show, turn the radio on to the channel and it's pretty cool, patriotic montage of music.
Sweet. Any questions, comments, or concerns from council? Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve the fireworks display.
There's a motion to approve the fireworks display and the application. Is there a second? I'll second. There's a second by Jamie. Any other comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, those in favor of the fireworks display signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Motion passes. Like skinny jeans. It's like eating everything. All right. Good evening, council. Jackson Purfirst here, 14610 Big Pine Trail. Cross Lake Fitness is looking to do another fireworks display this year with our Lake Association and our lake members. So this is just the same thing Cindy has, just an application and a permit. So I will be abstaining from the vote, but is there any questions, comments, or concerns?
Are you doing this in conjunction?
No, ours is on the 18th.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Are you seeking donations?
No, nope, this is all just funded by members on the lake.
Okay.
So,
Um,
is there a motion? Go ahead.
One question? So
Yep.
North Star Fireworks will be the
Yep.
ones setting it up?
They do it, but I mean, I have my Minnesota Pyrotechnics license, so it falls under me, but they carry my insurance and my rider, so. Yep.
I'll move to approve.
All right, there's a motion to approve. Is there a second? There's a second by Robin. Any other comments, concerns, questions? Seeing none, those in favor, go ahead, what? Where do we shoot them off from? The middle of the lake? So, motion, second. Any future questions or any questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none, those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Thank you.
But you abstained, correct?
Yeah.
Just wanted on record. So there's no.
Yeah. Dave, come on up.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Dave Fisher, 36412 Rushmore Boulevard, here in Cross Lake. I'm here tonight on behalf of the Whitefish Area Property Owners Association. Most of you know it as WAPOA, who are the sponsors of Grandpa's Run for the Walleye. This year is our 29th annual Grandpa's Run for the Walleye. It's a 5K run walk, a 10K run, and then for kids, we have what we call the Sunfish Dash out on the ball field.
Nice.
Last year we had 795 registrants. We're running about 15% ahead of last year in registrations, so the numbers will be probably
Good.
even larger. It takes about 50 volunteers to put the race on, and we're working hard at that. It's always the same day, of course, as the 4th of July fireworks, so we piggyback off of that. Part of the reason we get wide participation is the courses are certified and by U.S. Track and Field, and therefore our times are turned in to them, and some of the people who run, that's a pretty important thing because there's awards at the end of the year based on their performance. Historically, Park and Rec has helped us set up the event, and then Public Works has provided us with barricades, cones, and vests that we use by the course monitors. Both the 5 and 10K routes are the same as what we've been using for the past 15 years.
Can you, yeah, thank you. I was just looking for that.
Okay. We start both races in front of the community center. We run down one on Daggett Pine Road up to 66, down 66 through the parking lot at the, I've got the 10K one here. I'll flip it over to 5K because that's easier. We run through the fire department parking lot into Old Log Landing, eventually ending up back on Daggett Pine, comes back to the finish line behind the community center. So basically a big circle for the 5K. The 10K is much the same at the beginning, except we come down here to the road right behind us here and to get a little additional distance. And then when the runners get back out to Daggett Pine Road, they go all the way out to the end of Dream Island. And they turn around right at the end of Dream Island, come back, and again, the finish line is at the same point behind the community center. The issue we have, of course, that we closed the Daggett Pine Road between CSAH 66 and Wilderness Trail from 8:10 in the morning till 8:45 in the morning, because with that number of runners, we need the entire width of the street, and then the runners narrow down, so by the time we get to Old Log Landing, or the Ox Lake Trail road, they're down to a single lane on the south side of the road. They turn the corner, and so access to Ox Lake is not impeded. So at this point, we request your okay for the assistance to the departments to make the run a successful one and part of our local 250-year USA
There you go,
celebration.
Dave. I like it. So you still want to stick with closing down Daggett Pine?
Yeah,
Do you
right.
want any, do you need anything else, or do you want anything
Well,
else?
we'll work with TJ as we always have in Public
Okay.
Works to
Sounds
get the necessary support that
Perfect.
we use.
No, we're going to continue to help, so. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second by Sandy. Any other comments, questions, or concerns?
Couple questions.
Go ahead.
So the county is planning to chip seal.
Yeah,
in the old
let's talk
lot.
about that afterwards, okay?
Well, the question is are you going to be marking, or is it all marked?
It's already marked, but let's talk about it,
Yeah,
okay?
because the county doesn't know their schedule yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
maybe we can impact their
yeah,
schedule.
okay, let's talk afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Phil.
Perfect. So there's a
Okay.
motion, there's a second. Any other questions, comments, or concerns?
No.
Seeing none, those in favor of the run signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Thanks, Dave.
Just to let you know,
Yeah.
I will not be here for the run.
Oh, how convenient.
I will be in the
How
jungles of
convenient.
Ecuador, and there's no extradition.
What are you doing in Ecuador?
Getting away from here.
Whatever works. Whatever works.
Okay.
All right, E, Mayor and Council Members report. Up first is Daria Grutman with the Crow Wing County for the CASA 3, 36, and 103 roundabout. Nice to see you again.
Yes.
Different setting this time.
Good evening, council and mayor. Do you all have this presentation in front of you?
We do.
Perfect. Can put it down here too as well for the audience. So as mentioned, my name is Daria Groutman and I'm a staff engineer for the Crow Wing County Highway Department. I am also the project manager for the reconstruction at the intersection of CASA 3, CASA 36, and County Road 103 here in Cross Lake. So tonight, I'm just here to introduce the project to you guys. We'll begin with the project location. So as mentioned, the county is planning in the summer of 2028 to construct a roundabout at the intersection of 3, 36, and 103. We are doing this as a safety improvement project. And then it is led by the county since all 4 legs of the intersection are county roads. So with that being said, the project is being funded through county state aid funding. Anything though that the city would request to upgrade onto the roundabout, so if you have any aesthetic stuff that the city is requesting, that would be coming out of the city's funding. And we'll kind of talk about that later on in my presentation as well. So the project goals, as previously mentioned, safety is a big one, safety for the intersection, and then safety for all the driveway accesses that are currently there, and then also pedestrian safety with the trails and being able to get across all 4 legs of the roundabout. We also want to improve the traffic flow at this intersection. Right now with it currently being a 2-way stop and then 3 having the through movement. The county's aware that some people can sit at the legs of 36 and 103 for quite a while during busy traffic. So we also have a goal to minimize the property impacts for all of the parcels that are around the intersection. And we would like a design that discourages high-speed traffic. So as you come into the roundabout, encouraging cars to slow down and maneuver the roundabout safely. And then our last project goal is to gain community acceptance of this project.
Daria, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Was there a study conducted by the county regarding the traffic and, potential safety issues?
That's my next slide. So, yes, The county did do an intersection control evaluation, so we did do an intersection study. Bolton and Mink did this study. And so, as you can see, this is the current layout of the intersection along with the current ADTs. So, CASA 3, you're roughly seeing just under 6,000 cars a day in both the northbound and southbound direction. And then CASA 36, you're seeing just over 1,200 cars a day. And then the leg of 103, seeing roughly 1,400 cars a day. And currently, right now on 3, there is a left-hand turn lane for both northbound and southbound, along with right-hand turn lanes. And then on 36, you have the right-hand turn lane for westbound traffic, and then 103, you have the right-hand turn lane for eastbound traffic. So those are current conditions of the intersection.
May I ask?
Yes.
What is the season of the ADT? So was it May through September? Was it a full year to get your ADT?
Yep, so our ADTs that we got from our intersection control evaluation report, those are ADTs that MnDOT collects, and so usually they are summer ADTs.
Maybe that's just the aerial picture that they have.
Oh, yeah, that's an aerial picture that I took off, yes. Any other questions about current conditions?
Do you plan on purchasing any of the homes in that lower right quadrant, or lower left quadrant?
So as of right now, we are planning on permanent easements. Yep. So there has been discussion on how much our roundabout will impact that home on the southwest portion. Whether that house will be removed or not has not been, there hasn't been a final decision on that. We're still working with that parcel owner and then also with our design of the roundabout. And I should go back. I didn't have fully a good answer on your ADT. So when MnDOT does their counts, they adjust for, let's say they did their count in a certain month. They have adjustments and factors that they include to get an overall year count. I should correct myself on that one. Thank you. Yep.
Sandy, just to answer your question about safety, that is one of the worst intersections in town. We've had many fatal accidents there.
Okay, good to know.
Any other questions on the current condition? Okay. So what came out of our ICE report is that a roundabout at this intersection would be the best improvement for the intersection. And so, as you can see, it gets a little blurry on the screen, so sorry everyone, but the yellow is our driving lanes, and then also our painted gore areas as you get closer to the splitter islands. Red shows anywhere where there's curb and gutter, and then pink Perfect. And then the pink shows where our trails would be, and then green is showing boulevard area. So right now, CASA 3 has 12-foot driving lanes along with the 8-foot shoulders, so we will keep that geometry going into the roundabout. 36 currently has 12-foot driving lanes with 6-foot shoulders. That will remain the same. And then this year with our County Road 103 project, County Road 103 will be striped at 11-foot driving lanes with 5-foot shoulders. But as you go into the roundabout, we will move that to a 6-foot driving lane with, or sorry, a 12-foot driving lane with 6-foot shoulders. So as you go into the roundabout, it will taper and widen. And then it's kind of hard to see on here, but currently on 103, the right-hand turn lane does have curb and gutter to minimize the impacts of these property owners with putting in a ditch. And so the county does have plans to keep that curb and gutter in place to minimize the impact to those properties on the south side of 103. Are there any questions with the geometry of the roundabout? Perfect. So along with the, oh no. Perfect. Thank you. So along with the preliminary layout of the roundabout itself, we do have a preliminary layout for a detour route. I know this has, Phil brought this up at the last council meeting, and we got some comments back from the Public Works Council meeting as well. But as you all know, to only use county roads for a detour, the detour is CASA 11 to CASA 39, all the way up to CASA 16. So the county is aware that this is a pretty impactful detour if only using county roads. And so we have proposed that we sign 2 detour routes. So we keep the CASA 11 to CASA 39 to CASA 16 and around. But also we would like to bring up the idea to the city to use 2 city roads. So to use Antler Road, Gendrew, and then go to our CASA 36 up and around to minimize that impact.
How did those land on the future road study or the future road plan again? Are those shortly after?
So the roundabout construction is 2028.
Correct.
Gendro is planned for an overlay in 27.
Shoot.
And
Right.
can't remember, was Antler then 28?
I think one of them was 27, the other was 28.
If we're doing that, let's push it back if we're going to use those 2 roads and not ruin 2 new roads.
I think that Public Works had some ideas and the
Okay.
commission about that. I don't want to step on your toes. Do you want to just proceed and we'll cover this?
So Phil and I have been in communication with what Public Works is stating versus our detour. So we don't have to make any decisions tonight on a detour. I just want to present that this is the idea that the county is proposing, and then the county is well aware that there's further discussions that need to be had
For sure.
with us using your city roads. So Phil and the Public Works have sent me some comments on if we were to use these roads, what those expectations are, and we're still reviewing those comments
Okay, good.
internally.
As long as you've got that covered.
Yep, so that's why I want to emphasize that this is a preliminary concept, but for you guys to be aware that these discussions are being had.
I have two concerns, just to voice my opinion.
Yeah.
East Shore Road is gonna get used to gut over to 103, and it's a not very heavy used road right now. And the second is, how do we anticipate people getting to the church that's on the corner there? Are we, I mean, that's another question where, are they gonna have to expect to be traveled all the way around the lake to go all the way around, or whatever? I just.
Maybe
what
they-
voice
Well, I
of
mean,
opinion-
even-
Maybe there could be a little.
Well, even
Well,
just,
I mean,
you have a good point, but even just all the businesses up along County Road 3, we're going to have to do a rollout again like we did with the sewer project to hell wouldn't have it.
Jamie?
Right.
From the Public Works Committee and their discussion, they understand the locals are going to use East Shore Drive. What we don't want is the heavy trucks using that access point. There's also a bundle of businesses up on 3 there that come into town that are also not in here, but we also felt the locals are going to find them. We don't want to publicize those big weighted trucks on those roads. Am I misstating anything?
So, I mean, the discussion was saying with the detour, it is kind of in the middle of trying to understand what the concerns are, what the Public Works would like to see done to protect the city, but also what the county wants to accomplish. I think from Public Works standpoint, that shorter detour route is, in our estimation, is critical for the downtown businesses.
Oh, I'd agree.
You know? So providing that, but at what cost to the city is what we're trying to where we want to protect the city's pavement and stuff.
Exactly.
Raise things the concerns you're raising about the people want to come on County Road 103, they are going to short circuit East Happy Landing and East Shore, there's no doubt about it. So the city might have to do some things or request the county do some things with some additional signing to point out this is not a truck route, you know.
I mean, that's my fear, because when we did this
Yeah.
road, they went back to Old Log Landing, the big ones did, just
Yeah.
because the Google is telling
And
them
we,
to go there, not go there.
and we had it,
Google.
like, we put signage out on West Shore to try and keep people from rolling up West Shore and prematurely,
Okay,
you know,
well-
deteriorating. But, so I guess the shorter answer is we gotta work through it together. I think she wants to present the idea that, and she's even gonna go further, probably, they have tried to talk to property owners about, can we get some of your land to make it even? Remember how they did the roundabout at 11 and 3, how big that was? I mean, that was, the county did an incredible job to make it less impactful to every, I don't think they have that same ability with the property owners. It's what they're finding out.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yep. And the county would like to have open communication with the city before plans, during plan production, and then during construction too. If additional signs need to be added or whatnot, to just reach out to us and we can help. So that is the preliminary concept for the detour. So some just heads up for you guys for next steps with the project. So I will be holding a public information meeting, actually here on July 13th from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And then later on this winter, we would like to develop our final concept for the roundabout. And then my goal is to do right-of-way acquisition next spring in 2027. And then our goal for a bid date would be February of 2028 to then have construction happen in the summer of 2028. And I put an estimated construction length of 8 to 12 weeks. The county really likes to see 8 to 10 weeks. I know there have been some projects in the past where the city has come in with the county to do an incentive to maybe push our contractor towards more of that 8-week construction timeline. And so the county is open to having further discussions as to what that incentive looks like, or if the city is interested in that, in partnering with us on an incentive. And then the last slide is just my contact information. So my phone number and email if there are any additional questions, comments, or concerns that come up between now and construction and also during construction. And then I did have just a resolution supporting the reconstruction of the intersection. And then just to be clear, this is not municipal consent. I will be back next summer to gain municipal consent. This is kind of the first step to that, stating that you guys are aware of the project, in support of the preliminary layout moving forward, knowing that there probably will be some tweaks and changes as we further discussion with property owners and acquiring right-of-way and whatnot. So are there any final questions? Yes.
Daria, how soon in 2028 would you anticipate breaking ground or starting the project?
So typically, we open up our construction contracts May 1st. So we set them from May 1st to September 31st. So May 1st is usually the soonest we go, just with weight restrictions. Sometimes a contractor will start a few weeks earlier if they get the county engineer approval, but typically May 1st.
Okay.
Any other questions?
What is the timeline on us passing this resolution? Is it urgent?
No, it's not something, yeah, if you guys need time to think about it, it's definitely not urgent. Like I said, it won't be until next year that I come for municipal consent, so this is just more so acknowledging that you guys are aware of the project happening.
My only question is the cost share, and that's the kind of conversation I think we're having with you all.
Yep.
On prepping those local roads for the heavy
The
traffic.
detour
Yes.
cost share?
Yes.
Yep,
So I wasn't sure, this is really generic. And-
Yeah.
And so just wondering what document would that reside in? The more detailed cost sharing, if we come to agreement on that.
yep. So, that's a good question. When I made up this resolution, the detour cost sharing hadn't been a conversation yet.
Okay.
And so if that's something where in order for the city to sign and support, I can get that added in. Otherwise, we can do a separate cost share as things get further along too.
Thank you. Can I inform council on what the discussion is, just as general? So based on the timeline of the local roads, we're looking for the county to help pay for an extra inch of overlay to prepare that road for heavier traffic if we stay with the current scheduled overlayment. So that's the discussion that the committee had agreed
It's
to.
to actually stay on our plan and accelerate one road a year ahead, so that it was, the idea being the road's paved and ready for traffic.
With
before
an
there.
additional inch.
So that additional inch should help allay any, permanent damage to the road or,
Essentially makes Star City Road equal the county road section
okay.
to handle the county road traffic.
And the additional clause is an inspection after heavy use, just because of what we've just gone through, to make certain that there's not additional damage above the additional overlay that may have happened due to the traffic.
So why don't we wait until we get that finalized and get that put in here? Awesome.
Yep.
Any other questions for
Yeah,
me?
any other questions from council?
No, I appreciate your apparent willingness to consider other options and discussions, so that's great.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Daria, appreciate it. All right, resolution accepting donations. Holy buckets, there's a lot of them. Cross Lake Area Garden Club ×2, $200 for bench engraving, $900 for a community bench. The PAL Foundation for $1,154.78 for the summer reading program. Cross Lake Firefighters Relief Association ×2 for $468.95 for a snagger tool, and $1,883.84 for a pump and suction hose. Terry Zenner donated $1,000 to the fire department. Mike and Kelly Hagelin donated $5,000 to the police department, and the Dollar General Literacy Foundation donated $3,000 for the summer reading grant. Holy buckets, that's a lot. Thank you, thank you. Is there a motion to accept the donations?
I'll make a motion to accept the donations.
I'll second that.
There's a motion to accept by Robin, there's a second by Bob. Those in favor of the donations signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Pat, take it away for an update with the Cross Lake Freedom Flags.
Thank you, Mayor Jackson. Well, a few weeks ago, Jackson had an idea to help celebrate America's 250th birthday with putting 250 flags down County Road 66 in Cross Lake. So we set a goal, and we thought it was quite a lofty goal, of $13,000 to get the 250 flags. That left us a little bit of a cushion for replacement and that kind of things. I'm extremely overwhelmed by the response to this. This is just some of the notes that people have sent of thanking us for the idea and just, in general, thanking the city and thanking Jackson and what a great idea this is. So as of about half an hour ago, we now have, drum roll, $24,150.
Woo-hoo! Good.
And we have now increased our order with the company, and all the flags are made here in the U.S., just
Everything
that's a
is.
question. Everything that we're getting is made right here in the U.S. So we now have ordered 500 flags instead of 250 flags. So we've identified some other spots where we're going to put flags and how we're going to increase. We were just going to go from bridge to bridge. We're now going to be able to be in the roundabout, and you'll see
Different
when it
spots.
happens. Different spots when it happens. We do have a committee. We started to call ourselves the Cross Lake Freedom Flags, and that's who the checks are made out to. And TJ and Patrick are both on our committee, which is really awesome, and everybody is really positive and upbeat about the extra work that this is going to be. And we have a date set for putting the flag poles together and getting them ready. And then Patrick is working on making sure everything is going to be level, and the little post in the ground will be flush with the ground so that it can be mowed right over, and there'll be a cap that we'll place on it when the flags are not in use. The flags this year were not up for Memorial Day, obviously, because we wanted the big splash for the first year to be on 4th of July. And so we will have them up over the 4th of July time period, and then again for Labor Day. So the flags will go up and down and up and down. And then we have a place to store them. Patrick has got a trailer ready, so we'll just be able to roll the flags up, put them on the trailer, go down the way. It's going to be really slick. And one of the flags is out in front of City Hall here, so you can look at that. And it's a very sturdy, nice flag. We're very happy with that. So out of this committee and out of the brainstorming that we've done, many different things now have blossomed out of this. And it all starts with our wonderful tradition of Cross Lake fireworks, which people come up here to our community, spend money in our stores, and we encourage people to continue to give to the fireworks because we need to reach that goal. And this will continue on to the day after the fireworks, which is July 5th. And actually, it'll go before that because we're going to have a community business decorating contest. So there will be a $200 prize and a traveling trophy for the most patriotic business to decorate up. So please, businesses, we encourage you to go on social media, and there's a jot form that you can fill out and sign up your business and get your stuff ordered and decorate up your stores. And then Jackson is going to talk about a couple other things that are going to happen on Sunday on the water.
Well, this year there was talk of some other people in town were like, oh, we should do a boat parade. We should do a boat parade. And they've tried to do it, and just nothing really came to fruition. And so I'm like, well, let's try it. Let's try to do one this year. So we were able to organize with the chamber's help, which thank you, Cindy, for that. So we're going to do a boat parade on July 5th, starting at 12:30, kind of off of the Rush Channel by the wharf. We'll cut in front of the wharf, we'll go down in front of Moonlight Bay, and then we'll make our way to Sand Island. And we're thankful that Waterfront Services is going to lead the way for the boat parade with their barge and a big, huge American flag up in the air on their forks. And then the Whitefish Chain Yacht Club is going to be second behind the lead boat, so they do all of our navigations and help lighting the buoys and all that fun stuff. Dave Gons and back, so I imagine he'll be out there. And then we're going to make our way to Sand Island at 2 o'clock. We're going to have the 4 old military planes do a flyover for about 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes with different symbolic maneuvers with smoke and everything. So thank you to Miller Construction and Minnesota Roots and Northland Sotheby's, as well as 66 Marine for sponsoring that. So it's going to be a big, huge, patriotic 250-year anniversary done right here in Cross Lake. So.
And also, Sandy has come up with a certificate that if you want to go on the city website, why don't you talk about that, Sandy?
Yeah.
Well, in order to provide even greater meaning for the flags and for those who have, donated money for those flags, I thought it'd be great if people could print out a certificate, which if you go to the city website, there's a link where you can access the template. It's a PDF, and you can print out a certificate honoring an individual that, in honor of the flag that you have purchased. If you've already done that, you can still go, back and do that. And if you still want to donate to a flag, you can do that. Each flag won't be, specifically marked, in honor of that person. But you'll know when you're there that amongst these flags are the ones that you were honoring a particular individual. And on the certificate, it says in recognition of your sponsorship of a commemorative